You clicked on this video because you want to know about discounting and customer loyalty. I have you covered. Hopefully some of this is going to blow your mind and completely change your thought process around discounting and customer loyalty. By the way, hi, my name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University. It's the most effective sales coaching in the world. What you and I are going to do right now, I'm going to open the door. You're going to peek your head in. I'm going to let you watch a few minutes from one of our weekly live Easton University coaching sessions. If you get any use out of this video, please smash the like button and consider subscribing to this channel. But right now, let's think a little bit more about discounting. I'm going to open the door. Let's check this out right now. You know, I'm thinking 24/7 about you guys and how you can make more money, how you can get more done, how you can have more fun. And if you've got a coach like me thinking 24/7, 365 about sales, sometimes some weird stuff. I'll save you most of the really weird stuff, but sometimes some weird stuff pops into my head. And this morning, something very weird popped into my head, and I want to talk to you guys about training wheels. Nobody saw that one coming. The training wheels that you put on your bikes. We were doing some cleaning out of our garage, and there was a bike and it had some training wheels on it, and it got me thinking about training wheels. What do you guys think about training wheels? Are they good? Are they bad? Should you use the training wheels if you're going to teach a kid today to ride a bike? What are the limitations of training wheels? I want to hear from you guys. Somebody unmute yourself. What's up with training wheels? Are they good or are they bad?
I think they're good to some extent.
Good.
It can be a prolonged process, but yeah, I think it's good.
I'll give you my legal answer. It depends.
It depends. Why would you say it depends?
On the experience of the rider.
And at what point do they go from good to bad?
Well, if someone has ridden a bike like myself, I don't think I would need training wheels. However, if someone is new and a child or learning to ride a bike for a first time, I think that they're outstanding because they give a sense of security and confidence.
I hear you. Sense of security, sense of confidence. Go ahead. Who else?
Could it possibly give a false sense of security that you would be having it too long, and then when you get off of it, you're not in the real world anymore?
It's funny you say that because I did some research today, and I came up with some stuff about training wheels, and that was the first one. They create a false sense of security leading to overconfidence and potentially dangerous situations. Why the heck are we talking about training wheels? Okay? Hey, you guys can make up your own mind after this coaching session. I am not going to tell you there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, but I want to point out an observation for you guys that I had this morning. Discounts and your ability to give them to your clients, I'm going to throw it out there, is the training wheels for your sales career. And if you really want to go fast, if you want to win to the Tour de France, if you want to be in X Games and you want to do backflips on your BMX bike, if you want to climb all the way to Leadville, Colorado at 10,000 feet on a mountain bike, you're not going to be able to do any of that with training wheels. And what I have noticed over my career is training wheels and discounts have a lot in common. Let me give you an example. The first one that was just brought up, false sense of security. Having the ability to discount, I'm going to go out on a limb right now and tell you that gives you a false sense of security, leading to overconfidence and potentially dangerous situations. If Roth is my manager and I have the ability to cut my price by 30%, I have a false sense of security that I'm going to get this deal. And instead of figuring out what's deeply important to that client, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to lean on my training wheels. Every time it gets a little sideways, well, hey, why don't we just give, hey, if you guys could close this deal by the end of the month, what I can do is I can give you 20% off, right? It creates a false sense of security leading to potentially dangerous situations, which is why, at least in my 30 plus years when I was just a W-2 salesperson, why I would lose deals where I was like, for sure that they told me it was going to come in. I offered them a great discount. Deal never came in. The next thing that popped up on the internet about training wheels, they can slow down the learning process. And children may not learn the proper balance as quickly without them. Discounts totally slow down our process. And even for my OGs out there that have been doing this for 30, 40 years, you can still get better. You can have more balance. But as soon as things start to get unstable, what do? We start to think about, well, what if I could, hey, I get it, guys, that you don't need the reporting dashboard. How about we do this? If I could take a little bit off, right? Does it make sense to close the deal? We have to learn to get comfortable in uncomfortable situations. And most of the time, and again, I'm not trying to sway you to totally go away from discounts. It's something that I'm striving for in my personal life and in my professional life and with my companies. My people are not discounting anymore. It's new policy. We're not doing any discounting for any reason, right? The value is either there or it's not there. And if you want to once a quarter, twice a year, once a year, huddle up on our pricing to make sure our pricing is where it needs to be. By the way, it should be a lot higher. We can talk about it then. But you got to get comfortable with being in uncomfortable situations. Let me give you another one. Training wheels. This is training wheels. This is what came up on the internet for training wheels for kids' bicycles. Not sales, but listen to how this is related. They can lead to dependence on the training wheels, making it more difficult for children to transition to riding without them. This is 100% what happens to us. And in fact, what most of us, we do reflexively. I have people that have called me and they're like, yo, I gave a discount. I didn't even know why I did it. They literally said they wanted to buy, and then I threw the discount in there. To which in most cases actually prevents the person from buying, because now they're going to wait and see if that discount can get any better. It also causes buyer's remorse. When you give a discount, the person can't read your mind. They don't know that that's the best price they could have possibly gotten. So then they're always going to be like, man, I wish if I had just been a jerk to Jared, right? I bet you he would have taken it from 10% off to 20% off. This is why people treat salespeople like trash. And I'm curious to get your guys. Let me just read a few more of these and then I'll open it up for discussion and then we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about today. But I'm hoping that I can get through to at least one of you that maybe we need to take the training wheels off of our bike. Okay? They can damage the bike's frame or wheels or rims if not adjusted and maintained properly. Discounts are killing your business if they're not adjusted and maintained properly, or better, removed altogether. Well, how would they damage my business? Because you're giving away discounts that's your top line revenue. That's the revenue that goes to R&D. That's the revenue that goes to your salary. That's the revenue that goes to us improving our offices, improving our products, improving our solutions. And if we don't maintain them, what happens? I forget that I offered Roth this discount. Then I offer something to somebody else. And then my customers talk to each other. Boom, head-on collision. Well, I got 30% off. What? You got 30% off? I've been paying full price for the last 5 years. Well, that sucks. Now all of a sudden, your customer that's been your best customer is your most upset customer. They can make the bike harder to steer and control, potentially causing accidents. How would discounts make your sales career potentially harder to steer and control? I'll tell you why. Because as soon as you open the door, as soon as you broach the subject of a price discount, guess where the subject stays? Just like a bike with training wheel in a straight direction. It is really hard to steer that conversation once you open the door to a discount. Because now, that's all we're going to talk about in the negotiation is how much money I can get off. Right? Instead of, hey, can you guys give me 5% off? Hey, so, Tony, you had the price for 3 months. What's changed? Well, what's changed is we're just ready to buy right now. And, I'm really looking for a discount. I'm sorry, we don't discount. That's a shame because that would really help me make this decision right now. Well, Tony, when we were talking about this, you had said that not having the ability to have this app on your site was costing about $7,000 a week in productivity, and it's been 3 weeks since you've had the contract. According to my math, adding up what you had come up with there, we're at 21 grand. Does it make sense to go ahead and move forward with this before we hit 28,000, before we hit 35,000, right? At what point should we get this going before you guys can stop losing money? Man, that's a really excellent point. You know what? And to be honest, if we're going to do it, why don't we just, let's do all of the locations at once, because you're right, I'm tired of losing money. But as soon as Tony goes, hey, can I get 10% off? And I go, you know, I can't do that. I got to talk to my manager. I could talk to my VP. What I can do is I can get you 5%. Well, you know, how about we do this? Let's table things for right now. Let your manager know we're really serious. We're looking at doing all locations. If you could do a 10% if we do the one location and a 20% if we do all the locations, I think we'll have a deal. Now that's all you're talking about. Now you're going back to your VP, your VP's coming back, and it's never good enough, and Tony's not satisfied, okay? They can make the bike less stable and harder to balance. Totally. If you're leaning on your discounts, you are less stable as a sales rep. You are harder to balance as a sales rep. You are now a victim to how much you can lower your price. And again, your customer doesn't know. They can't read your mind. They're not the CFO of your organization. You're not, unless there's a CFO on this call, you're not the CFO of your organization. A lot of times we get ourselves into trouble and close business. How many of you have closed business where you're like, God, I wish I didn't do that. I actually lost money on that deal, right? It's not a good thing, okay? They can make the bike heavier, harder to maneuver, making it less fun to ride. I'm gonna leave us with that one. Discounts make your job less fun. There's nothing fun about, yo, can you guys take the price down 20%? Absolutely. Congratulations, you got a deal. What you really want is, yo, Matt, I am so glad we talked to you about this, right? I am so looking forward to this sales coaching. I am so bought in on this. I really want my people to lean into this. I'm going to make sure that everybody, let's do a private session with you. I'm going to make sure that everybody's on board. When your customer's just buying on price, they're not on board, and that doesn't feel very good. That feels to like, if you're a single person and you've got a lot of money, that feels like somebody dating you just because you have a lot of money. It's no difference. It's the same thing. If you're going to get business because you discount, that's the same as like going out with people because you have a lot of money. Neither way makes you feel very good about yourself, because it's all about the money at that point. It's not that they really want to be with you. It's not that that client really wants what you have. It's that you offered the lower price at the time. So I want to leave you guys with that. Think about your training wheels that you're doing right now. Think about maybe taking them off your bike, and the best way to do it is just to say, hey, new policy. We don't have training wheels anymore. I don't discount. Price is what it is. We set the price fair. I looked at your deal. I scoped it out. This is what you need to solve this problem. This is what you need to achieve the result. Well, I'm going to go someplace else because they got a lower price. I get it. It's an important decision. Only you can make that decision. I think we found the right solution for you here. Can you do me a favor? Sure, what is it? When you're talking to that other company, right? If anything changes, if it doesn't feel right, if you're feeling like they're not going to be able to solve the problem, if you feel like they won't be able to achieve the result, if you feel like they're not going to get you the policy that you need and they're merely focused on just buying your business, and at the end of the day you're like, why am I even doing this? Give me a call, because I'd love to be your agent. We'd love to be your software provider. I'd love to do the coaching for you. Okay, I know that I truly understand your situation. I know where you want to go, and I know how to get you there. But again, only you can make that decision. On the price, our price is fair, and we keep it fair to everybody. That's what it costs to work with us. Fair enough? And you're going to find a lot of those people are going to come back. And the ones that don't, were probably the customers that you didn't want in the first place. All right, so there you have it. A lot to think about in terms of customer loyalty and discounting, right? In some cases, discounting can completely destroy customer loyalty. Might not be a good thing, but I'm curious to get your thoughts on it. Again, if you haven't already smashed the like button, please do so. Consider subscribing to this channel. If you want to know more about what we're doing over at eastonuniversity.com, check this out. Sales reps, managers, business owners, entrepreneurs, what I'm about to tell you, this is gonna hurt, but trust me, it will be well worth it. I want you to think back to that excitement you had when you first got started. Maybe it was your first day. You thought about all of the lives that you were gonna change with your amazing product, your business, your service, your solutions. And hey, let's be honest here, you were gonna make a lot of money in the process of helping people, helping businesses change their lives. But it didn't work out exactly that way, did it? If you're anything like me, if you're anything like most people in sales, you found it was just a little bit more difficult to close those deals than you thought, or maybe you're struggling right now. Now, I warned you, this is the part that's going to hurt, but in order for this to work, you and I need to be honest with each other. I want you to think about all the reasons that you're not hitting your targets, all the reasons you're not making the sales that you had anticipated making. Is it the economy, your competition, your territory, your pricing? Maybe it's your manager, your product, your service, your solution. Here's the part that's going to hurt. There's a 94% chance it is none of those, and it's time you face reality. The reason why you have to work so hard just to close a single deal has nothing to do with the economy, nothing to do with your competition, your territory, your manager, your product, your price, your service. The reason why it's so hard for you is you simply haven't learned a better sales process. But wait, you've had sales training from your company. Yeah, I did too. You've read some sales books. I read just about every single one of them. Or maybe you're saying to yourself, well, I was always born a salesperson. Nobody is born knowing how to sell more than they're born knowing how to speak Cantonese or fly an F-22 fighter jet. And by the way, the right sales process is a lot easier to learn than a language or flying an airplane, but you still have to learn it. My name is Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University, and if you'll let me coach you, I can show you how to sell more than you've ever imagined without being pushy, without being manipulative, without following some super complex system where you spend more time trying to figure out what stage your deal is in than actually closing deals. If you will let me coach you, you will never, ever, ever, ever find yourself blaming the economy, your products, your price, your manager, your territory, your competition again, because you're going to be in total control of the sales process and the outcomes. I've devoted my life to unlocking the perfect sales process, and I want to coach you the same way I've helped thousands of other people in the exact same position that you are right now sell a reported $3.47 billion, yeah, that's billion with a B, over the last 12 months. I've been where you're at right now. I know how to help you. I can show you in just a matter of minutes what will take you years of trial and error to learn on your own. Now, if you've made it this far, but you're saying to yourself, it can't be that simple, just trying a new sales process alone will not get me to where I want to go. I know exactly what you're feeling. I said those exact same things, and I was wrong. Having the right sales process changed absolutely everything for me. So I want you to do me and yourself this favor and spend just a minute or two over at eastonuniversity.com checking out what we've built. Now, if you spend a couple minutes and you decide that our coaching can't help you, it can't help you change everything about your career, everything about your life, no harm, no foul. You can continue to do things the way you're doing them right now. But just imagine, what if you head over to eastonuniversity.com right now and it connects with you? What if it is that simple? Suddenly everything starts to make sense and everything changes for you. Your career, your income, your goals, your company. You start heading in the direction you always thought you could. Isn't it worth taking a couple minutes and seeing if that might be the case? Easton University is more than a platform. It's more than live coaching with me. It's your future, and you and your future are worth it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you and I have met each other, and I look forward to seeing you over at eastonuniversity.com right now.